Chilling, bro.
All right, my nigga. You got a show coming up, my nigga. So let's talk about that.
Show's May 23rd.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Thursday, yeah, because I'm just like, it's a month from now, so we got a little bit of time in front of us. May 23rd, Thursday at the Peppermint Club in Hollywood.
Now, you performed at the Peppermint Club before, right? So I remember I was at that show literally like a girl in the front row with my fucking Future hat on and shit.
Yeah.
And that was one of the times where like all your homies knew the words and other people enjoyed the music but didn't know the words.
Yeah.
But during your listening party that I didn't make it to, you had people, mostly girls too, in the front, nigga, like, I know this nigga words. I know every word.
You talking about the Tenants?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like it wasn't the first show, it's like the first show.
It was the first one after you. Yeah, it was the listening party, wasn't it?
No, the listening party was in the hills. That was the joint.
Right, you see how much I missed. You see what type of friend I am, right?
So do better, bro.
Whatever, nigga. Anyway, so now you got an official first show that's coming up on the 23rd, and I think people at this point like already have a good idea for what the music is, right? Yeah. Before I ask any deeper questions, bro, like how do you feel about your music? Like, what would you say your music caters to? Like, who does your music cater to? That's what I really mean.
Man, I feel like the kind of music I make, I want it to sonically sound good to everyone. So I want everyone to be able to fuck with it. But I feel like it caters to people who have been through relationship shit. You know, anybody who's been through a trying time in a relationship or is in a relationship currently. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I praise the relationships and I talk about the trials and tribulations. But I try to do it to
like a little vibe.
In a vibe, yeah. You know what I mean? Try to put a vibe to that entire situation.
Now, can I be a absolute like, oh, I'm a bitch right now? Can I do that?
Yeah.
All right. So I've had my moment of like listening to your music and literally being to the point of tears. Like not like just watered up, but like they fell.
But why?
Because I connected with the fucking music, bro. I was in a situation like you have a line that goes, I did my time 7 years of my life. That's like if you weren't in a 7-year relationship, it's no way that you can understand. And the relationship wasn't perfect. Mm-hmm. There's no way that you can relate that relationship to time served, like a prison sentence. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But for the niggas who are in like, oh, I've been in this long ass relationship, and part of it has been taxing, but the other part of it has been beautiful. So it's worth it, but at the same time, it's a struggle. And then you hear that I did my time, 7 years of my. You gonna drive to that different. It's gonna hit you different. So it's shit with that music that I think like I think to me, it's really a album. Certain songs is really a part of the album for people, for broken-hearted people. Mm-hmm. Whether the broken heart is completely divided, like well we completely broke up, or my heart was broke because she did something or he did something,
or a person,
or if it's the person who's in the relationship and it's just a little bit of the struggles in it that you can relate to. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you said like people is healed. So what you mean by that?
I feel like maybe that's the stuff that I'm writing now. But as far as I guess Mama's Boy, that was definitely like a trying time. Like I wrote a lot of that music when I was going through the fresh heartbreak.
Yeah, man. I remember those days and like. You know, I think out of respect, I wouldn't even ask you like, hey bro, tell us about that all the way. Because being there, I don't feel like that's something you talk. It's kind of like somebody died, but the way that they died was questionable. So it's like, hey bro, don't talk about that. You know what I mean? Like that happened, but
it's probably because you was there, bro. Like
yeah, I remember. But still, for people that's gonna watch this, I don't want to ever be like, hey, this happened.
No, I mean.
What are you willing to share about the breakup?
I mean, really, I was just in a hurt time, bro. Like, I didn't realize that even though we was breaking up, like I didn't really fuck with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like hard body, I didn't fuck with myself, just in the general sense, bro. So like,
what's the levels of that? What's the level of like I didn't fuck with myself in this way, that way? What do you mean I didn't fuck with myself?
I don't know.
You're a complex person.
Because I just feel like niggas go through breakups all the time, but niggas don't fall apart all the time. So I think like, yeah, I love that girl, but like, if I feel like I could have bounced back faster and it wouldn't have hit me as hard if I would have been like a little more on my shit, like in my own bag and like just a little more self love on my part. But because I feel like, nigga, I was in like a depressive. I just got to myself. Yeah, I was writing this music, but I was just a lot to myself, sleeping a whole lot, just in my own head, bro. Even though we kicked it a lot, like it was often me being quiet and you talking.
You know what's funny about you, bro, in general, that I've noticed about you as a friend and as an artist? You don't talk that well. In this moment, you did, though. But, like, as your friend, I've talked to you about stuff, you're like, I don't know, bro. I mean, like, I feel like this, but at the same time, it could be anything. And I'm like, hey, bro, you know you didn't say nothing, right? But then there's other moments, actually, specifically, there's the musical moments where you say shit, and I'm like, damn, my nigga, that's how you were feeling? That's what you was going through? I was with you every day. Like, after the breakup, I was with you pretty much like every day, just trying to be with my nigga and make sure my boy was cool. Nigga, when you made, it wasn't Hades, was it? It was like a song that didn't release. Was it Garden? Or no, it wasn't. It was a song that didn't release, right?
Yeah.
And I heard the lyrics. It was good. I was like, what the And I literally was like hurt from listening because I'm like, damn, bro, I knew you felt bad. I saw you do shit that suggested that you felt bad.
Yeah.
But then to listen to the music and you express, this is how I felt the whole time. This is what I can do as a result of that. It was like, damn, bro, I didn't know you felt that type of pain. And so I feel like a lot of people get to know you better through your music than they do even sitting in front of you. Even though I'm sitting in front of you right now. Like, you know what I mean? So that's really tight, bro. What do you feel makes you, like, what do you feel brought that out of you? Like, how do you feel like you developed into that type of artist that became that emotionally transparent through music?
I think, bro, it's just a journey, bro. Like, my journey as an artist has built me into the person that, I've always been a person to kind of put things away.
Yeah,
And I guess, like, I don't know, just like not unpack the shit that I've been through, just kind of like put it behind me. You feel me? But I feel like now I can use my outlet and get some beautiful shit out of it, make dope music. So like I almost embrace my experiences now. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
I'm also a little more. I mean, since being jaded, you know what I'm saying? I move a little different. So I don't know.
I got an interesting thing I want to throw out there, and before I say it, I want to make a reference to potentially some background noise. If y'all hear this noise, bro, I did this interview at the homegirl shop on Market Street called The Body Shop.
Okay.
She does sugaring, facials, blah, blah, blah. I say blah, blah, blah because I really didn't know what the other things that she does. So if y'all got girlfriends and you need to make sure that Brazilian is Brazilian and not Afghanistan, come down to The Body Shop on Market Street. We'll make sure we link the address. But with that being said, somebody is doing like a concert outside or something. So it might be some background noise. Now, what I want to actually say to you is you got this song called Alana. Now, I remember Alana being literally the beat playing in the car, and you being like, these are the lyrics. And at the time, your girlfriend, y'all was still together, she was like, who's Alana? You know what I mean? And I remember that. So, talk about Alana and like where that came from.
Bro, I mean, honestly, Alana's my ex, man. Like,
but I just look,
just up and down, bro. Like that's all people. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I don't know. Alana is like a metaphor for sure. A metaphor for my ex, and kind of when I wrote that song, I figured I love this girl so much. I know I can't ever love another girl like that, and I know I'm gonna be with other girls.
Yeah.
Every other girl is Alana too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just in a sense, like, I know if this girl can break my heart, another girl for sure could, like, you know, I don't know, I could be disappointed. So I'm just like, Alana just became this variable. You know this like X equals, but X equals Alana. Yeah. Literally your X equaled Alana. Like it's crazy, bro. That's a good little saying.
That was by accident, totally. Yeah, but it's funny. It's weird because I remember, like I said, you and were still. I didn't mean to say her name. Y'all was. I didn't. Y'all was still. We gonna beep that out.
That'd be actually cool.
I think so. Y'all were still in a relationship, kind of, but I know it was a couple struggles and stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
But she was in the car and she literally was like, "Hey, who is Alana? And like, where's the name come from?" Like, I don't know. I just thought of it. I thought it sounded like a good name. This was before.
You were with me when I played.
I was with
my
you.
ex the song.
We were in the car together.
A lot of stuff I forget.
And so I didn't forget this, but I forget everything. But I didn't forget this. Yeah. So she listens to the song and she's like, "Well, who was Alana? And what was that line that you said about this? Specifically, the 7-year line." So it was really interesting, right? But then, ironically, that is who became Alana. And I don't think that's initially how it started out. Mm-hmm. But maybe this was one of the things where I felt like, people say like life imitates art. I feel like life imitated art in that moment. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I think that like I knew my relationship was coming to an end, because we had broke up, but she was still in my crib. She was in a choir with my sister. You know what I'm saying? I was I was all put up. My foot was messed up.
We're gonna talk about that too. I forgot about that. We're gonna talk about that. Go ahead.
So it was just like this trying ass time, and it was like put like this, bro. When I get a new video game, I play it on hard, and I feel like this was the hardest thing to go through. Like,
do you
broke up with my ex?
I'm playing on hard. I know what you're saying, but I was like, weird. All right. Hey, bro, play it how you want.
I put it on difficult, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I gotta use one hand, but I'll still beat the game. I'll beat the game.
This nigga crazy.
All right. When you went through your breakup, you kind of went through some stuff before. You went through a break before. You went through a break, and then you went through a break up and another heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? What happened to you as far as the first initial break, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. I was working at LAX.
And I know what happened, but I have to pretend like I know.
Yeah, right?
What happened?
I was working at LAX, working my ass off, and I was working another job. But I was working as a ramp agent, so I'm driving these tugs around, and I had just a crazy ass team, bro. Like, just niggas who were getting a check, you know what I'm saying? So niggas would horse around, and I was like, they were go-karts.
Yeah.
So we were parking the flight. The flight was about to be pushed out. So we're putting away the equipment. I'm driving a tug. I think I was driving some goofy ass tug that's super long, and this other nigga was driving the
just the front piece.
Just more of a 4-piece. You know what I'm saying? And it has this like big bumper on the back, but it's not really a bumper. I don't know what it is, but this nigga tries to kind of ram me or kind of play chicken with me in a sense, but like floor his tug in reverse, but stop just as he's about to get on, like just as he's about to hit mine, but not. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga floors his shit, and I'm hopping out. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, to put it really short, this nigga crushes my foot and my leg basically in between the tugs.
I want to laugh, but I'm not gonna laugh.
Bro, nah, it's not funny, bro.
It's a little funny. As your friend, it sucks, but it's a little funny. It's funny because now you're not in pain. I can see you like that's not funny, but to me now, it's like that's funny. But when it happened, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah, bro. It's just I think people just correlate like when people get hurt on their hands or feet. Yeah. Like, oh, it's funny. A finger. Yeah. It's like, I got shot in the finger. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I think that's what it is.
Hey, Ricky don't like that. I still laugh. Like ultimately, he's like, hey, this nigga, I'm still in pain. It's like, hey, bro, you alive? It's okay. Like you walk in, like, you alright? You alright? You alright, dog? You about to get cheese? Some cheese? Like, hey, eat some soup, dog. You alright?
Eat some soup.
Yeah,
be alright.
So fucking, so that whole crazy ass thing happened. Me being the friend I am, right? I pull up, get you a wheelchair so you won't have to, walk around with crutches and shit.
Yeah, man.
And now you're going through this physical pain that's gonna make you irritable, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take it from there, bro.
Bro, I was just on bed rest basically, and getting like mad help. I felt like I don't know, bro. It was bad. Couldn't really walk, and at the same time, my foot was messed up. Like my ex was like, yo, kind of, you know what I'm saying? She broke it off. Like she didn't be with me. She told me like, yo, I cheated on you. You know what I'm saying? She gave me that. That's what I will say. She was real honest.
And that's a good thing too.
And that, because we had a solid like foundation as a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna be cool. So she was honest with me, and I kind of felt it before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, of course. I like, not to get into too much detail, but just like, I don't know. She was just not where she was supposed to be. Like I just knew. You know what I mean? Like you just feel that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Like, so that was hard, and just getting heartbroken was put on top of the fucking physical pain. So I just felt drained all the time.
Yeah.
Like whenever I was feeling my physical pain, it hurt. But then when I wasn't feeling that because I was on fucking Norco, I was thinking about my fucking girl leaving me.
And it ain't no narco.
But still, like, in my fucking face, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause she was still in my crib with my sister. She was in a band with my sister and was doing vocals, so they used to fucking rehearse in the living room. So I'm in my room, like, basically getting these songs in my head, I guess. That's probably when it was brewing the most, like, the song inspiration.
That's tight. I remember, actually, I wonder if you remember this. I remember talking to you and being like, bro, you're in pain. Like, literally channel that shit into music. And yeah, you don't remember that shit at all, huh? Yeah, bro. I'm a good friend to you, bro. Ultimately, that's what this interview is not about you. It's about me being a good ass friend to you. Bro. I just want you to be like, hey, bro, you're a good friend. And
bro, you are a good friend, bro.
We're going to cut it off. Like,
buy his book, you know what I'm saying? Drink his water, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Get his natural enhancement, you know what I mean? Do all that. Buy all of that, you know what I mean? Shot AMF.
Hey, I want to ask you a question, bro. You know, obviously you went through some shit, relationship wise. Now you kind of have like you have to, I'm assuming, you have to have like a weird outlook on maybe relationships, on girls in general. You know, how you feel like now that everything kind of passed, you kind of over the hill with the whole situation, albums out, you know, you and your ex relationship isn't terrible. Y'all still kind of cool. But how do you feel like it affected you like now that it's passed?
I mean, bro, as a person, I feel like, I'm like a people person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very forgiving, and like, cause I have an outlook of like, oh, maybe I give people the benefit of the doubt, and just in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that shit is like, I'm jaded from that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like going into any relationship or any type of relationship with a girl, I'm standoffish or more so observing before I'm like totally committing at all. You know what I mean? But that don't stop me from being like 100 and like thorough and transparent with a girl and like nice. You know what I mean? I'm still be thorough, but I know it's hard for me to kind of open up as much. You feel me?
I think just keeping it a buck, I feel like it was hard for you to open up in general just off of you being somewhat. It's so weird, bro. You're such a people person, but you're very antisocial. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you talk and you don't say shit, kind of.
Yeah.
But then to add the like emotional aspect of it, I can see you being like very distant, specifically with women. I don't see why it would be like that with guys, unless you want to sell. Unless you got something to say.
Nah.
All right.
Nah, bro. I think you're right, bro. Just the kind of person I am. Like, I feel like I've always been the kind of person where people came to me when they had shit that's going wrong.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've never been the kind of person to put my burdens on other people. So kind of put my burdens in my music sometimes, and I think people like burdens. People like what people been through and like shit like that. But yeah, I've never had an outlet to be like, hey, I'm going through this, my nigga, or I never put that on my moms and shit, you know. So
I mean, they knew. I talked to your sister about it when I was around. She was like, "Fuck." Like,
yeah, I mean, not just that. I'm just talking about like just in general, bro. Just like growing up in life, South Central, like.
Yeah.
The shit that I was going through in life, I didn't like talk to a big brother or a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what the fuck is this? When you know what I mean? Like anything, like the game banging, any aspect, I didn't have nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like teaching myself. So I never had nobody to like chop it up with. So that's probably why, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that's interesting, bro. Because I feel like, and that's one of the things we're gonna talk about on the podcast soon. Black people in like therapy in general. You know what I mean? Like we don't have people we talk to. We talk to our friends. Our friends are broken. We're broken. We come from broken homes. It's just hard to communicate.
Yeah, facts.
And so I think that's one of the beautiful things about you and like the music you make is that you have a way to connect with people and they have a way to connect back with you, even if they never met you, bro. I think that's the most like special thing about the music. So what do you feel like is next, bro? What the fuck is SK about to do now to shock the world?
Fuck, bro. That's a.
I asked you a superhero question.
Yeah, like,
what are you gonna do?
What is he gonna do next? Fuck, I'm gonna put out more music, and I think like visuals. It's time for visuals because I'm a fucking movie buff, and I just see things a certain way. And I really think life is showing me, like the people that are in my life right now, I can like get a great deal of the visual inspiration that's connected to the music out for the people. And I think that's where I'm gonna capitalize on my second project. Yeah. And even revisiting my first project, by the time the anniversary comes up, like I'm gonna have more visuals. You know what I'm saying? So, visual representation and more shows.
I'm gonna ask you like a little bit more interview-y type questions, bro. Cause I'm curious. I'm like, how do you feel like now? I mean, you know what you're good at. You know you're good at music, bro. I'm sure as an artist, you still have normal insecurities that people have as creatives. But like, what do you think you're not good at? You know what I mean? Like
this, bro. I'm not
just
good
not good at talking.
I'm not good at interviews. Bro, I'm just trying to get better at like giving and like giving back. I'm trying to connect with people just in a like I don't know, just different people want to like write a song. Like just go link up with someone random.
Kind of just like sound creative sessions and shit.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, damn, I'm good at this. Let me see if they're good at it too, or what? You know what I mean? They might be better, or what if they're not? You know what I mean? They just need this little thing. It's like I'm trying to do that and reciprocate the same energy because I feel like I need to get better at another editing software. Like maybe I want to do my own videos or like just understand that whole world. You know what I'm saying? I like editing and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a good look, bro. One of the things that I do know about you is that honestly, bro, you could have been anything that's creative. Like I swear, bro. You're funny as shit. Like a lot of people don't know you fucking do voices and shit. You know what I mean?
Fuck, bro. I smoke a lot of weed, so I just be forgetting about it, bro. I need to link with a fucking agent for
everything else.
For everything else, you know what I'm saying? Just like that kind of creative shit.
Let me ask you a last question, bro. I hope it's the last question. You know how I am. What do you feel like you wish to get? I guess out of like your music career. Like, what do you want to happen? I mean, ultimately, I know what you kind of want to happen. But on a very, very large scale, when you're like Jay-Z's age in the rap game, what are you hoping to achieve?
Well, praying that I'm safe and I make it through. Bruh, like my goal is to make money from the content and shit that I create, musically, visually, whatever's. But I just want to be able to invest in my community and give back, bro. Like in many different ways. And have different creative pursuits along the way, you know what I mean, in my career, and leave my stamp on the world creatively, like, as a brand, you know, and motivate people, you know, and see where that takes me, really. Just want to travel and do shit like that, like, but in the long run, I think it's kind of like every black man from the hood's goal to kind of give back, you know what I'm saying? I grew up from South Central LA, kind of raised me, you know what I mean? So it's like, when it's not, South Central it's not brewing right now. It's like it's still struggling to be just a more of a like affluent neighborhood. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anything that I can do to give back right now, and then once I start getting the bread that I'm reciprocating from the music, then it's just investing in my community and linking with people who are better than me, and I can get advice and build. That's it.
I know I said that was my last question, but you reminded me of something. So, we talked about you growing up in South Central before, and personally, I don't feel like you make hood music or like, you know what I mean? If I said somebody live in South Central and they rap, they're not gonna expect the music that you make. So, like, how do you feel like growing up in the hood influences your music?
Bro, I feel like just being from LA, I feel like I do have a sense of Los Angeles in my music. But no, it's definitely not hood music. I think from growing up in the hood, I got stories to tell. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. That's why I feel like I draw more towards like an artist like Schoolboy Q. Not to compare my music, but just the way that I represent the way I came up in the hood. You know, like I feel like a person like Dom Kennedy, it just sounds LA, bro. As soon as you turn it on, it's LA. Same thing with the new stuff, like AZ Chike and all the new stuff that's brewing. It just sounds like, yo, this is ratchet LA. You know what I mean? But I feel like my Los Angeles comes out in the stories that I tell and the fucking twang that I have in my voice at times.
Yeah.
You know,
I can agree with that.
You really gotta dive into my music to like know like where I'm from. I feel like, you know, but you'll get a sense of like, yo, this nigga grew up here. You know.
Yeah. Last question this time, bro. For real. I forgot whatever the fuck that question was.
Hey.
So now you got a real AMF moment that happened. I totally forgot what the question is. So with that being said, fuck this whole interview. Thanks for coming through, bro. I appreciate you, man. Check out my boy's music, like I said, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, SoundCloud, motherfucking you know,
everywhere.
anything.
It's everywhere. At Rick Derula on Instagram. Right here. Do a little edit or something, bro. Like make us
Zoom in.
Zoom in on the Rick Derula on Instagram, and then you can get my music SK Mama's Boy out on all platforms.
Thanks, Rick. SK.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, man.